Assessment in mathematics has a direct impact on students' teaching and learning experiences. Assessment is undertaken to provide information on how students learn, think, and are doing mathematics. Conducting both formative and summative assessments throughout the year can provide adequate information about students' needs, interests, knowledge, skills, and background. Assessment in mathematics can allow for teachers to judge what areas need to be developed and what areas in students need motivation to learn. As mathematics is evolving and moving in a new direction of hands-on experiences, rather than copying off the board and doing worksheets, the assessment strategies have to move in this direction as well. Observations, self-assessment, and peer assessment can help to monitor the hands-on experiences as they are adaptable to the content being monitored. There are two important forms of assessment strategies which teachers have to incorporate into their teaching practices, and these are formative assessments, which is the assessing for learning. This type of assessment strategy involves a range of continuous assessments with help to build a profile of the whole class and individual students' learning. Summative assessments are a form of assessing of learning. This includes tests and NAPLAN. Its assessment is of performance, what they have learned, grading, and can be the basis for funding decisions. A form of formative assessments are observations, which are formed by continuously observing the student's performance or individual performance within a task and their work. Observations are a common assessment strategy, as they are on-the-spot assessments and can provide information for the teacher about how they work within the classroom setting, how they adapt to work, do they join in with discussion, and how well they work independently. Using this technique within mathematics can benefit the teachers by providing information on how well they interpret maths, their attitudes towards maths, and how well they do in the task. Implementing lessons on place value, where the students have recognized, represent, and ordered numbers, will allow teachers to observe a range of skills and knowledge of this particular strand. A benefit of observations can be by adding questions to what is being observed. In this case, the teacher could ask specific questions about place value. For example, are these counted by tens? Are these counted by 100? By attending to one student or group of students, it does create issues for controlling the classroom management, and developing questions does take practice to master. To record these observations, a checklist would be suited, as it will allow the teacher to tick exactly what was being observed. Another strategy is self-assessment and peer assessment. These assessment strategies involve the students self-evaluating their work and working with other peers. This strategy prompts self-awareness and self-evaluation, as it encourages students to observe and evaluate their own work. This strategy would be perfect for addition, subtraction, and other number patterns, and represents and solve problems involving multiplication using efficient mental and written strategies and appropriate digital technologies. Self-assessment and peer assessment can help students to learn to take responsibility for their own learning, self-evaluate their work and other peers' work. Limitations would be students may need prompting, and some students may not be able to work independently and be easily distracted. Self-assessments and peer assessments can be recorded in student files. With the implementation of these assessment strategies can ensure that they are following the Australian Curriculum for Proficiency Standards and the Principles and Standards of School Mathematics, NCTM 2000. The four proficiency standards provide the language to build in the developing of the aspects of mathematics. This involves understanding, fluency, problem solving, reasoning. The NCTMS 2000 identifies 5 processes of doing mathematics, and these are problem solving, reasoning and proof, communication, connection, and representation. The Australian Curriculum and NCTM standards believe that doing mathematics means engaging in these fundamental processes which can enrich the experiences, encourage the content to be meaningful. As you can see, these assessment strategies and reportings are vital aspects of teaching and learning mathematics. They allow teachers to adapt their programming, encourage students to learn and implement their knowledge of mathematics. By allowing students to access their own learning and encourage motivation and learn problem-solving skills and help to understand mathematics as well as solving problems by themselves. They are being their own motivated learners and being interactive within the school for mathematics. Thank you.